The battlefield is buzzing with drones, but Russia never expected these. Not made of carbon fiber, not packed with space-age metal. These kamikaze drones tearing through Russian armor, they're made of wood. Crafted from plywood, guided by AI, and financed by Germany, these loitering munitions are slamming into tanks, shredding radar systems, and punching holes in Russian lines. And they're doing it quietly, cheaply, and devastatingly. Germany just flipped the script on modern warfare. The world's fourth largest economy is helping Ukraine strike deep behind enemy lines, not with flashy jets or billion-dollar missiles, but with smart, swarming, wooden aircraft. It sounds absurd, but for Putin's forces on the ground, it's nothing short of a nightmare. So how did these wooden drones become one of the deadliest tools in Ukraine's arsenal? And what's coming next in this drone war that Russia is clearly losing? Let's break it down. Germany has been one of the primary suppliers of military aid to Ukraine ever since the full-scale war between Russia and Ukraine broke out following Russia's full-scale invasion in February 2022. By the end of 2024, the German government had made around $49 billion available in bilateral support for Ukraine. And there's every indication that the support will keep on arriving. Following the February 2025 elections, Germany's new government appears even more committed to Ukraine's defense than the outgoing administration of former Chancellor Olaf Scholz. But before leaving office, Scholz's government left Ukraine a parting gift. On March 19th, the outgoing government agreed to release an additional $3.4 billion in military aid for Ukraine in 2025, after lawmakers approved plans for a fiscal overhaul. Scholz had insisted on easing borrowing rules for additional aid of this scale. Furthermore, former finance minister Jörg Kukis has outlined plans to authorize an additional $9.32 billion in military aid to Ukraine between 2026 and 2029, which would bring Germany's total commitment to over $12.4 billion. To date, German assistance has included 3 US-made Patriot, 6 Iris-T SLM, and 5 Iris-T SLS air defense systems, and 60 Gepard self-propelled air defense gun systems, including 330,000 ammunition rounds, among a host of other weapons. But in recent months, it's been a less glamorous and much less costly form of assistance that's arguably been making the biggest difference on the battlefield for Ukraine. We're talking, of course, about drones. On April 11th, acting German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius announced a new German military aid package at a meeting of the Ukraine Contact Group in Brussels. The package will include more guided missiles and ground surveillance radars, a further 100,000 rounds of artillery ammunition, 25 Marder infantry fighting vehicles, 15 Leopard 1A5 tanks, 120 Manpads ground-based air defense systems, 14 artillery systems, and another 300 reconnaissance drones. In terms of reconnaissance drones alone, that means Germany has now delivered, or committed to deliver, 619 Vector drones, 684 RQ-35 Hydrons, 211 Songbirds, 46 Hornet XRs, 60 Golden Eagles, 2 VT-4 Rockons, and 18 Promoko 1s. These drones have undoubtedly been a huge boost to Ukraine's armed forces. They're invaluable for identifying offensive targets for Ukraine's artillery and attack drones to obliterate, as well as helping to spot and thwart Russian attacks. But Germany has also supplied Ukraine with some of its most advanced attack drones. And it's these that are starting to give the Russian President Vladimir Putin serious headaches on and behind the front lines. We're talking about the HF-1 loitering munition made by the German company Helsing. These drones are packed with state-of-the-art technology that gives them the edge on the battlefield, as we'll discover shortly. But perhaps their most striking feature is that their frames are made from simple plywood. According to reports from troops in the field, HF-1s are being used against a variety of targets, from armored vehicles and air defense systems to logistics and warehouses. And with an effective operating distance of 27 to 31 miles, Ukrainian drone operators say that HF-1s are delivering very unpleasant surprises to the Russians, as they can reach calmer places behind the front lines where they're not expected. This allows the operators to catch targets like parked vehicles or troops before their rotation to the front line unguarded. As noted, the HF-1 is mainly made of plywood, which reduces the weapon's production cost. You might think that such a lightweight and frankly flimsy material might not be robust enough for the rigors of battle. But as one operator explains, the material from which the plane is made does not matter in principle, and you can use any material as long as it flies. It can be made of wood or foam, completely printed on a 3D printer, and so on. The aircraft doesn't care. In our case, being made of wood makes it even better because it's radar transparent and better suited for operations at long distances. Now, wood isn't completely invisible to radar, especially advanced modern radar systems. The US's best-in-class THAAD system, for example, is said to be able to track a baseball thrown in New Orleans from a location in New York. So it can certainly detect trees, let alone wooden aircraft. But wood does significantly reduce the radar signature, which is especially true if low moisture wood is used. Plywood isn't particularly low moisture per se, as it can absorb moisture from the air and change its dimensions and strength properties accordingly, but can be treated with special adhesives and coatings to improve its resistance to water damage and absorption. And that seems to be the case with the HF-1. Its plywood fuselage reduces radar visibility and acts as a heat insulator, lowering the drone's infrared signature and making it harder for air defenses to detect and engage, whether by radar, heat-seeking missiles, or gun systems. And despite its unconventional construction, the wooden body has no negative impact on flight performance. According to the German Ministry of Defense, 1,050 HF-1s have already been delivered to Ukraine. There are 600 that are known to have been delivered in January, and 150 were delivered between March 17th and April 18th. According to the manufacturer Helsing, Ukraine has ordered 4,000 HF-1s in total, financed by Germany. It's also ordered a further 6,000 of the even more advanced HX-2 loitering munition, also made with plywood. We'll discuss these more in detail later. Helsing, the German defense tech startup backed by Spotify's Daniel Ek and others, started as an AI software company but pivoted into strike drones in 2024. It now claims, with some justification, to be one of the largest strike drone manufacturers globally. Helsing produces a mix of hardware and software, including its Ultra platform that connects drones. "We solve the hard problems in the software layer, not the electronics," as co-founder Nicholas Koller puts it. And their solution certainly seems to be making a difference on the battlefield. Combat footage from Belgorod Oblast from mid-April reveals how the Ukrainians successfully utilized HF-1s to destroy Russian Pantsir S-1 and Buk M3 radar systems, conducting the strikes at least 30 miles behind the front lines. HF-1 drones have also been used to eliminate key personnel like officers and commanders, as evidenced by a strike on a vehicle at a Russian training ground which reportedly belonged to a unit commander. Indeed, judging by the increasing number of Ukrainian strikes far behind enemy lines, the Russians are struggling to find an answer to the increasing number of high-tech Ukrainian strike drones appearing on the battlefield. So what gives the HF-1 its edge? The HF-1 is electrically powered and features an X-wing configuration, 4 wings and rotors in an X-shaped arrangement. It's designed to be cost-effective for mass production and has been developed and tested based on Helsing's extensive experience in Ukraine. Indeed, the latest upgrades are being carried out in conjunction with Ukraine's armed forces. As noted earlier, the drone is capable of flying for about an hour and has an operational loitering range of 27 to 31 miles, and up to 62 miles when directed at a known target. Ukrainian forces can operate the HF-1 drone manually, guiding it toward present targets and relying on terminal guidance to bypass Russian electronic warfare in the final phase of the flight. However, it's also equipped with onboard AI that can autonomously detect, identify, and lock onto targets. As our drone operator explains, our drone is equipped with a homing system that helps to capture a target and lock until it's hit. This is a plus because if we lose contact with the drone, the video signal or control, the drone reaches the target and strikes it. Elaborating further, he said, "In homing mode, the aircraft is not affected by electronic warfare, which the enemy vehicle might be carrying. From the moment the target is locked on, the aircraft takes control and gets to the target independently. So it's deadly and difficult to bring down. And if the HF-1 is giving Putin headaches, the upgraded HX-2 is bound to give him sleepless nights." Unveiled in December 2024, the HX-2 is designed from the ground up to be software-based, mass-producible, and swarm-capable. Like the HF-1, it's also an electrically propelled X-wing precision munition with a range of up to 62 miles and an even longer strike distance. Advanced onboard AI enables full electronic warfare and jamming resistance. The company says those capabilities were developed and tested through its extensive experience with the HF-1 in Ukraine. Moreover, when operating as part of Helsing's Ultra Recce Strike software, multiple HX-2s can assemble into swarms, controlled by a single human operator. That allows one operator to simultaneously target entire convoys or group targets. HX-2 has been designed to be mass-producible at significantly lower cost per unit than conventional systems, thus providing a powerful complement to artillery systems. As Koller notes, with HX-2 we are creating a new smart effector category that combines mass, autonomy, and precision. Individual HX-2s can reliably engage armored targets in highly contested environments. When deployed along borders at scale, HX-2 can serve as a powerful counter-invasion shield against enemy land forces. According to the company, HX-2 is already in production, and the core technology is already deployed in Ukraine. It's busy ramping up production via a new concept it calls resilience factories. They're a new type of high-efficiency production facility designed to ensure local and sovereign manufacturing capabilities for nation-states. Ukraine has ordered 6,000 HX-2s in total, although it's unclear how many have already been delivered. The HX-2s are being manufactured at Helsing's first resilience factory, RF1. This facility is operational in southern Germany and has an initial monthly production capacity of more than 1,000 HX-2s. However, as the company notes, it can also scale manufacturing rates to tens of thousands of units in case of a conflict. The company hasn't disclosed pricing, but claims its approach leads to lower unit costs and more scalable production than competing options such as the AeroVironment Switchblade and its advanced sensors. Alongside the Helsing deliveries, Ukraine is also ramping up domestic production of the US-designed Switchblade 600 drones, a lighter-to-carry alternative to Javelin anti-tank missiles at half the cost. Also a loitering munition, it carries a warhead based on that of the FGM-148 Javelin anti-tank guided missile. The warhead detonates above the target where the armor is weakest, making it highly effective against armored targets. With a range of 25 to 50 miles and over 40 minutes of flight time, it's already proven its effectiveness by destroying Russia's most advanced armor, the T-90M tanks and Terminator BMPs. Expanding their use within infantry units will significantly boost Ukraine's anti-tank and deep strike capabilities, even at the smallest tactical levels. The drone can be carried in a backpack, set up and operational in less than 10 minutes, and is equipped with class-leading high-resolution EOIR gimbaled sensors and advanced precision flight control. These features enable operators to fly, track, and engage non-line-of-sight targets and armored vehicles with precision, lethal effects. If effectively employed, these loitering munitions could seriously disrupt Russian logistics and planning, and potentially play a critical role in dismantling Russia's predicted summer offensive before it begins. But the advanced loitering munitions available to Ukraine certainly don't end there. In fact, Ukraine is also about to receive another major kamikaze drone boost, this time thanks to the UK. On March 6th, the UK government announced that it will be funding the delivery of cutting-edge Altius 600M and Altius 700M loitering munitions from Anglo-American defense contractor Anduril. The UK has already provided over 10,000 military drones to Ukraine since the war began. The new contracts are worth around $40 million and are backed by the UK-administered International Fund for Ukraine, or IFU. The IFU fund now stands at more than $1.7 billion worth of pledges from 10 countries, of which the UK has contributed $665 million. What makes these advanced drones so special? The Altius 600M is a multi-purpose unmanned system with a modular design, capable of carrying a payload of up to 6.6 pounds. It can be equipped with various payloads ranging from warheads for kamikaze drone operations to advanced optical stations and electronic warfare systems. The larger 700M can carry warheads as heavy as 33 pounds. With a wingspan of 8.33 feet, the drone quickly deploys after being launched from the system, after which its rear-mounted engine with the two-blade propeller is activated. Both the Altius 600M and 700M are capable of being launched from fixed-wing or rotor-wing aircraft at low or high altitudes, as well as from ground vehicles and watercraft. It's controlled by an operator from a ground control station or can operate autonomously along a pre-programmed route. According to Militani, it can stay airborne for up to 4 hours and cover a distance of up to 276 miles. The drones are actually adaptations of Anduril's Altius 600 and 700 small drones. Ukraine has been using the 600 since at least February 2023, when the US included some in a tranche of aid that also included Switchblade 600s, Jump 20s, and Cyberlux K8s. They're designed for missions ranging from ISR data collection and kinetic engagement to radio frequency decoy use, signals intelligence, and communications relay. But the 600M and 700M are designed to kill. In a video released by Anduril in April 2023, the 600M is seen being deployed by an MRZR all-terrain vehicle, by a UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter, and from a ground launcher. The drone is seen scoring a direct hit on a container target on a range, resulting in an impressive fireball. The type of warhead fitted and its mass were not disclosed, although the basic drone has an overall weight of between 20 to 27 pounds, depending on its payload, which typically weighs between 3 and 7 pounds. The first video footage of testing the 700M appeared in March 2024. The 700M had never previously been tested with a live warhead, and the size of its payload is a significant feature of this version of the drone. The 33-pound warhead capacity is comparable to that of the AGM-114 Hellfire missile. That means the 700M can deliver highly precise, devastating strikes on large and armored targets, including tanks, vehicles, vessels, and infrastructure, according to Anduril. At the same time, the combination of a heavier warhead with high terminal velocity and optional delayed fuse means the 700M can easily penetrate target walls to deliver maximum effect on armored targets, the company claims. The 700M has a range of up to 100 miles and 75 minutes of flight time. This is significantly less than the smaller 600M, which, as noted earlier, has a range of up to 276 miles with 4 hours of endurance. But the 700M's primary role is as a loitering munition, so it makes sense that destructive power has been optimized at the expense of range and endurance. Like the HX-2, both the 600M and 700M also have the potential to have multiple assets operate together as a networked swarm. The US Army in particular has been testing just such concepts, with the Altius series offering the possibility of having swarms of drones in multiple configurations, which could then be cooperatively tasked to perform various missions. In 2022, the US Army demonstrated this potential by launching 4 waves of 7 Altius 600 drones in what was, at the time, the largest networked sortie of air-launched effects, or ALE, drones of its kind. A single operator was able to control the swarm of drones as they hunted for and destroyed simulated enemy positions ahead. The 600M and 700M's abilities to provide troops with the capability to strike targets at a useful standoff distance will be incredibly useful to Ukraine. So will their loitering time on station, during which they can locate targets and deliver kinetic effects. Like other loitering munitions, these advanced drones provide an effect disproportionate to their size, but the 700M's large penetrating warhead, in particular, makes it lethal for even heavier armored vehicles. In the meantime, while it waits for delivery of the new HF-1s, HX-2s, 600Ms, and 700Ms, Ukraine's domestic drone production continues to raise the bar when it comes to drone manufacturing globally. Kyiv has said it produced 2.2 million drones last year, compared to Moscow's 1.5 million. In December, the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense reported that more than 1.2 million drones of various types have been delivered by Ukrainian firms during the first 11 months of the year. That includes over 40,000 reconnaissance multi-rotor drones, 12,000 of which are equipped for night operations, 5,000 fixed-wing reconnaissance UAVs such as the Shark, Hawk, and Furia models, 6,000 deep-strike drones including the AN-196 Luti and Firepoint models, 2,000 reusable attack UAVs like the Nemesis, Kazan, and Vampir, and more than 5,000 reusable FPV quadcopters. And a few of these locally produced drones are even being made from wood. Russia has a basic wooden drone of its own in regular use on the front lines, the Molniya or Lightning fixed-wing FPV drone. While it must be carried by 3 soldiers in 10 pieces in their backpacks, it is reportedly very light, easy to assemble, and carries a low cost for a drone of its kind. It's launched using a pneumatic catapult, can operate for up to 40 minutes with a range of up to 18.6 miles, can reach speeds of up to 50 miles per hour, and is designed not to come back. The fuselage is made of 2 longitudinal aluminium tubes, but the rest, including the center section and wings, is made of plywood. The control systems, electronics, and batteries are stored inside, and there is a camera in the nose that transmits video signals to the operator's glasses. This simple design, with its low cost and high combat effectiveness, is now being copied by Ukraine, using captured examples to take the best features from the Russian version. If the Ukrainian variant mirrors the Russian drone accurately, it'll replicate its 5-foot wingspan, 22-pound weight, and its combat load capability of up to 11 pounds. Needless to say, these kamikaze drones lack the sophistication, AI enhancement, and ability to be networked into swarms like the HX-2 and other advanced systems we've discussed. But with tens of thousands of drones being expended by both sides every month, every little bit helps, regardless of what it's made from or where it originates. But what do you think? Which of the new drones available to Ukraine is going to make the most difference on the battlefield and far behind enemy lines? Is the prospect of semi-autonomous drone swarms exciting or terrifying? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and thank you for watching.